Hey everyone. All right, so like I said, today is going to be maintenance day. Do a lot of my cooking on Sunday so that it doesn't take away from time, out in the woods. And making a big pot of beef stew with mushrooms. I'm sorry, not beef stew, venison stew. I already have the venison marinated. You can see it's got a nice dark color to it. With some pepper and some red wine. Now, I got the cast iron Dutch oven already warming up. We're just going to cut up some of the vegetables. I'm going to dredge the pieces of venison in flour, and then we're going to start browning that up. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all the actual cutting of the vegetables. I think we all know how to do that. All right, so we're just coating the pieces of venison with flour. And then we're going to put it in the Dutch oven with just a little bit of olive oil. Basically want to make like a roux, so it's a nice dark brown. Now there's a lot of small pieces. Really small ones are going to cook a little faster than the others. When you're processing a deer and you don't want to waste anything, you're not going to get the perfect cubes like you do with beef like you buy in the grocery store. Some of this probably should have been just ground up because they're so small pieces, but I wanted to make stew, so I had this all together. It's about 2 pounds, give or take. But that's it. As you can see, they're nice and coated. Let's get these browning in the pan. All right, get you over here by the fire. Now, one tip is if you leave a few coals in your chimney starter, you can add more charcoal to it and keep a constant supply of coals going so you have heat throughout the process. I mean, I have the fire, so I'm not really worried about it. I have plenty of coals. Let me just turn this. I have plenty of coals for the fire. I can get from the fire, rather. Charcoal briquettes are just easier to calculate temperature. It's also just more convenient. I wasn't really planning on having a fire this early, but I like it. Let's see how we're doing. I threw a couple coals on the top just to warm it up a little faster. All right, yeah, we're definitely hot. I'm gonna just turn it so that it heats evenly in the oil. It's not perfectly level. And now we'll start adding the venison. I don't want to add too much of the flour right away, so I want to brown the meat first. Yeah, it'd be good for a first batch. Let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Check on our charcoal. Charcoal's looking good. All right, let's get these turned. Nice. You see they're already taken on a nice color. That's what you want. Not overly concerned with cooking them all the way through at this point because you're going to cook them as a stew. But just browning them is very important, getting that rich dark color. I'm going to be careful I don't melt my microphone. A little bit longer on those. And we're going to turn the pot a little bit. Just, that's how you keep the heat even. Just keep spinning it when you think of it. How are we looking here? Wow, that smells good. I think we're good for the first batch. We're going to take that out. Now, if I had bigger pieces, I wouldn't have this crumbled mess. I could have browned them a little easier, you know, and actually turn them, the individual pieces, but hey. It is what it is. It wasn't bought at a grocery store. No hormones. No antibiotics. All natural meat right there. Alright, well, we added a little more oil. We let it come up to temperature. And now we'll add the second batch of meat. You can see how they're very small pieces, some little shavings and stuff. You know, like I said, some of it should have probably just been ground up into burger. But it'll sure be good in this stew. This is one of my favorite meals. I don't eat it a lot because I try not to eat a lot of meat. But when I'm camping, all that goes out the window. I eat whatever the hell I want. Alright, let's get that turned and get the oil distributed in there. I put a few more briquettes in the chimney starter just so I have a constant supply, but I have a good pile of coals burning up there in the fire, so I'll probably use some of those later on. Alright, now the second batch of meat is nice and brown. I'm actually browning this one a little bit more than I did the first batch, so I know I get good color. Alright, set that down over here. Now we'll start preparing the vegetables and get the vegetables on there. We'll also put some more coals underneath, check the temperature, and make sure that we have enough coals to, finish the job. Alright, I switched the camera over to low light, so I hope that comes out okay. But now we're going to add the vegetables. Some of them, actually. We're going to add onions and celery. And I have a pack of baby carrots. Now I'm just going to brown the vegetables. I'm not going to cook them all the way through. What I want to do is I just want to get them good and sauteed a little bit, mixed together, and then I'm actually going to be pulling them out. Now the mushrooms and stuff will go in last as it's actually cooking, only because I like some body to the mushrooms. I don't want them to turn into mush. So let's just get those started. Then after that we'll take them out and then we'll deglaze the bottom of it with some red wine. It's going to be dark by then, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this with filming. I wasn't thinking about how early it gets dark now.